Hello, everybody. Well, I'm here. Late again. You really might not ever catch me on time because time ain't the boss of me. I don't let time get me down. I'm going to wipe off this lens because it seems a little smudgy. I don't know if that's any better, but it is what it is. All right. People are popping in. I have to put these on so I can see who it is. Say hi. Well, hello, Mama T. How are you? It's just us right now. Well, hello, Sharon. How are you? Yeah, a little late. Not too bad, though. There comes everybody. Um, I had, well, it's plastic on it, but I had a little tattoo therapy today. This feather. My old liver got a new wing. He's got a wing over here and a wing over here, and it says "Let me go." And this had more lyrics to it that I wasn't resonating with anymore, so I covered it up. And over here, I got a song called "So Blessed." So I had the guy who wrote the song. We wasn't seeing him yesterday. He wrote it, and I had it tattooed. And then I got my other two grandchildren's names on my tree. So yeah, I had a lot of tattoo therapy today. So I feel a little bit better. My therapist says I need more therapy, so I should come back. So I made another appointment. I did. I love it. I love it. I have a lot to say. So it don't all come flying out of here. It's all here. All right. Walking billboards. That's what we are. Thinking maybe I should shave my head and just use it as a canvas. Um, Great. It's my twin solar return today. Heart stuff, pain in my left tooth, throat near pain. Oh, Sharon. Oh, the 12th. I love tattoo therapy. Um, Man, Sharon, when you're going through um their symptoms, sometimes it feels like it's not fair. And it's not. But we endure it. We endure it for them. Um, it's what we must do. Oh no, Michelle Christie's in here. Well, I gotta stop talking about her. Um, yeah, it's his symptoms. Oh, you know what? Oh, look. So, do you guys had I had it done yet? Maybe not. Do you remember the thing that's been on my face for I don't know years? Like I see it in my wedding pictures, so it's been a thing. Now, this thing would be just like a little scar should I not have my dirty fingers all over it, right? But when I'm sitting there just chilling, my fingers would just run across it and then, I'd start to pick. After my transplant, I had my first transplant appointment and then had my second one. And she said, "Well, that thing's been on your face for a long time." And I said, "Oh, it's been on my face for years. It comes and goes. It goes and then it comes, and then it goes and then it comes." It was on the other side at one point in time. And then so I went to the dermatologist. He looked at it. He said, "Yeah, that looks fine. We'll just freeze it off." Not a big deal. Yeah, it was. It really wasn't. But he just shot it a couple times with this freeze thing. And now it's almost completely gone. But I have to see the dermatologist every year for the rest of my life. But that's fine. Um, the medication I'm on to keep my body from rejecting my liver, which it's barely hanging on. But it increases my chance of skin cancer by, check this out, 85%. It increases my risk of skin cancer by 85%. Yeah. So I use 100 SPF. I have sleeves that I wear over my over my arms. When it's too hot, I have sun hats. Do what I gotta do, y'all. Do what I gotta do. Let's see what's going on. Um, oh, good morning from a Ray. Oh gosh, you know what? It's been rainy here off and on too here in the states and Ohio especially. I know Indiana's been getting flooded. It's just a mess. My sunscreen's a mess. It is. I use a lot. Um, it's a whole lot. And I ordered from Amazon all different colored sleeves that covers up your hands. Just got a hole for your fingers, and then. But you know what? When it's a hot day, you just don't want to put all that stuff on. So my amazing husband, his name is Lee. Um, he gets me like these chairs with like the umbrella over it. So when we're at like our grandkids' soccer games or at a concert or something, and we can bring our chairs, then ours has like the awning over it. I've got umbrellas. I mean, you name it. This man has tried to find big hats. I like the big hats in the summer. So those work too. The 100 SPF sunscreen. Got to do what you got to do. I apply it often. I still go to the tanning salon, but I don't tan in the tanning beds. I get the spray tan. I'm allowed to do that, but I haven't done that in a minute. So I'm just, yeah, it's hard to sometimes breathe. We go see a lot of live music. We saw a heck of a show last night. It was pretty awesome. Band called Cashed Out, and I love them. And they're really, really, really cool. They're from, I believe, South Florida. I don't know. Maybe they're from Florida. I should know that, but I don't. Anyway, yeah, they're from Florida, I think. But we saw them. I went Friday night. It was the wrong night. That happened. Um, what else has happened? We kept the grandkids overnight. Friday night. Yeah. Y'all, I'm just busy. I'm like, we just got back from the grocery store and the groceries are still just sitting in the kitchen on the counter because he had a session and I had a live. So when we get done, I'll put it away and then just go, 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 go. And by the time it's time to close my eyes, I'm too tired to sleep. I'm finding that I'm fidgety throughout the night. I'm having to use a catheter every time I have to go to the restroom again. So it's by the time I get to the bathroom for a middle of the night pee, and I have to open up the catheter, get the catheter where it's supposed to go. Um, I'm awake. Then I have to go back to bed for another hour later to have to pee again and have to go through the whole process all over again. Stop drinking at 9 o'clock, Sherry. Yeah, I tried that. It doesn't work. Still gotta pee. Oh, Danny's here. Danny's here. Oh my gosh. Danny and Brooke just left here. I forget what day. Thursday. It was Thursday, maybe. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And we miss Ella so bad. They got the best little doggy, and she's so cool. But we got to marry these two people, and that was fun. It really was fun. We had so much fun. And then me and Danny took a little ride to the stove, and then me and Brooke took a little ride to the store. It was a good time. We got to see. We got to spend some time with Brooke and Danny. It was a good time. We missed them. We do. Did you try the castor oil pack to get rid of ovarian cysts? I did not. I did not have a chance to get them. I am not allowed to drink per se. So if it requires drinking castor oil, I am not permitted to do so by my doctor. So I have to look into that. There's so many things that I can't have or can't use or can't take that they either really, really, really mess with my medications that I'm on. Like I can never have grapefruit ever again. I love grapefruit. I like grapefruit juice. I like grapefruit, but I can't ever have it again because it interacts with my medication and it's really bad. So castor oil, I do know that I'm not allowed to drink it. So if it's pill form or whatever, I have to run everybody. I have to run everything by the transplant center. Everything. They have to look at every single ingredient because there's little ones in these ingredients that can really mess with my transplanted liver, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Last time I saw you live, you told me to unblock Twin Flame. I did. Turns out he was messaging me while blocked. We decided to start over. He communicated a lot with me. Finally cleared up confusion. Is doing great. Look at this. That makes me really happy. I love hearing that. Um, Thank you for writing that. I love that. That makes me happy. My twin has been out of a job since October. Job opening at my work. I saw angel signs everywhere. Well, he told me today that hiring manager is not moving forward. That the hiring manager is not. Why all the angel signs then? Um, hmm. What it were the spirit or the angel signs? Can you give me a give me an example of what a sign was? Because I mean, I get them all. We all do. We all get them all the time. They mean different things to different people. Um, for a long time, when my daughter was pregnant, spirit kept giving me that it was a girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. And she had a boy. I was so confused. It's like, what? Why did I get all these signs that it was a girl? I don't know what happened. Spirits never like confused me before. I mean, spirit confuses me all the time, but never to a level like that. Like, why did I have all these dreams about having a baby girl? And it turns out that my other daughter got pregnant. She had a baby girl, um, really quick after. So, so that happened. But you know, I don't want to say that your mind is trying to make a sign because a lot of times we do that, but I'm not feeling that in this case. I'm feeling like you felt like mm, you were getting solid signs, right? And that could have been a sign that he's going to get a job very soon, but just not where you are. Um, that's the thing. A lot of times, I know I would see that as signs for he's going to get a job and he's going to get a job here. He's going to get a job with me. And that could just very well mean that spirit is guiding him in another direction. And he'll be getting a job soon, very soon. Just not maybe the job you want him to have, maybe the job the universe wants him to have. For sure. Um, oh, okay. No, Sherry just rubbed the castor oil on the area and put a heating pad on it for an hour daily. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I need to find out. I need to find that pack or whatever it is you're talking about. I know I wrote it down. Um, I think I did. Castor oil. I don't know. Um, how do you feel the collective's energy? How do I feel the collective energy here? Is that what you're talking about? Um, the energy in this moment or the collective energy as a whole? And I have very solid opinions on that and how I feel about the world as a whole. Um, I know we as human beings are really doing a lot of damage and really doing a lot of damage. And um, you can really feel it and connect with that energy if you are watching a lot of television, if you're watching a lot of news, if you're listening to a lot of news, a lot of if you're on social media reading a bunch of things. I've learned to completely stay away from politics and religion, but um, even sometimes when I'm on social media, I'll feel the energy just is gunky, and I'll have to go clear myself. But we've really started to refrain from watching so much TV, watching the news and things like that, because um, I connect with that and negative energy, and I don't want to, but it keeps me going from one mass shooting to the next mass shooting to the next mass shooting to the next. And I was finding it that it was just hurting me. There's no other way to describe it. Like, it was hurting my soul. So it was painful. So I know that there is a Calvary coming, I know that um that there's help on the way. I know that help is here. I know collectively that we can do this, that we can fix this, that um, we can all join together and come together in one love and heal this planet. Um, it's just really everybody doing that at the same time, right? Um, we just all need to agree that we need to be the change that we want to see in the world. And we start by changing the energy where we're at. Like I talked about last week, or because could have been the week before that, or or I could have been talking to a client. Who knows? You probably heard it. If you haven't, you're going to hear it again. I'm a big advocate about changing the energy a lot where we sleep, where we live, where we congregate in our home. I move little things around. I move things around. I'll move the furniture around, just changing the energy. I think Brooke was here the other day. She said, there's no shortage of sage in this house. And there's not. There's sage by every door because I burn sage every morning. And um, I really like to stay in the energy of our peace and our harmony and our bliss. And then I walk out the door and it hits me like a ton of bricks. But I know we can be the change. I know we can. I know we can. Um, we missed you when we pulled onto the street. Love you guys. Oh gosh, we love you guys so much. Post the videos anytime. I'm so stoked. I will. My twin flame is online as we speak. Haven't heard from him in 5 years. I just gotten settled with him not being around. Tell me how you know that your twin is online as you speak. Do you have him unblocked? Do you have him blocked? Look, rock star officiants. Let me tell you, that was one of the quickest weddings we've ever done. It was fast. It was fast. Brooke wasn't feeling the nerves. It was wet, but it was effective. We got them married. They are married. It's official. It's in the books, y'all. It's in the books. There's a question for, let's see. Twin on bad. There's huge misunderstanding. He's mad at me and stubborn won't initiate. Yeah, watching no news is good news. I just hate around here. We just don't, we'll watch our shows at night. Lee and I will. Like tonight, he's not done till 9. I still have to run back over to the store to pick up a couple things for tomorrow. I'm here in the States. We are having our 4th of July celebration in the States. I know Canada Day was the first, wasn't it, Danny? Did you guys miss Canada Day? Was you guys here on Canada Day? When was Canada Day? I want to know. Yeah, so was there, let's see this. Was their wedding like the one on Spaceballs? No, not that bad. Not that bad. I mean, I could have went up there and said, do you, let's roll. But no. I mean, there were rings exchanged and we did that. Let me tell you what happened. Here's what really happened. So the night before, Danny came over to Airbnb, a simple groom trying to figure out the simplicity of this wedding thing that we do here in the United States. Simple process. It's cheap. It's simple. Oh, no, it's not. So he comes over to our Airbnb and he's talking and we're trying to figure out the ceremony. And he's like, well, we've written our own vows and that's cool. So that, that takes up a couple minutes. He reads his, she reads hers, and it's beautiful. And we get there and we've got sort of like a kind of an outline laid out, but we want to, personalize it and do some things. So we get to the wedding, and it's outside and it's beautiful, but it's hot. Who's calling me? Somebody in Switzerland. Who's calling me from Switzerland? We should have answered it online. That would have been funny. Anyway, we get to the thing and I'm looking for Brooke. Brooke's not there. Brooke finally gets there and she walks up to us and she said, here's the deal. I'm nervous. I'm a bag of nerves. We're not going to do our own vows. Throw some in there. So cool. We did the regular old vows. And Danny was just in shock. He was in denial that he didn't get to read his vows. And he was robbed. I'm going to say that. He was robbed. He was robbed of being able to read his vows. I agree with him on that. But I understand Brooke was a little nervous and she didn't want to get up there and just fall all over her butt. Danny redeemed himself, all y'all. He redeemed himself. He grabbed the microphone on the dance floor and he read his vows to his wife, y'all. He did. He read his vows. He read his vows while her entire family stood around and listened. And I watched her face, and the words that were coming out of his mouth were written by spirit. I mean, he's so in love with her and he's so protective of her. And I loved it so much. And the emotion that was put into it and the emotion that she felt when he was reading it, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. I was proud. I was proud. It was totally different than totally different. It was crazy. Totally different. It was great. We watched old Lee and Sherry videos pertaining to various related stuff. Oh no. I'm halfway accepting how things are right now, but not gonna lie, I get triggered and the negative dialogue starts coming up. You know what? And this has nothing to do with anything anybody's posting, but I'm going to tell you what we're getting a lot of lately. What's Danny saying? Thanks for honoring me in my vows, girl. You know it. I wasn't going to let you go without it. I mean, you needed to say it. She needed to hear it. We all did. It was beautiful. See my shiny arm? See that? You know why? Because I got a tattoo today, Danny. I got a couple of them. This one right here, it'll look better when that plastic's off of it, I promise. And I got one over here, and I got nothing there. There's no room. I got some grandkids' names up here. I just got a whole mess going on today. I looked at Lee, and I said, you know, why is it that I'm in so much pain sometimes? And I go to a place that puts me in more pain. I don't understand that. But when the pain goes away, I'll be excited. I love it. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you about some things that have been happening that we're running into a lot lately, and I don't know why. Have you experienced flickering lights everywhere you go with Lee? Flickering lights, and music coming on, and TVs popping on and off, and like there was some shit that happened the weekend we was with Danny and Brooke too. I can't remember what it was. Just it happened so much that we forget it. Look, you guys, especially who's in the Wednesday night class here? Wednesday night and Thursday night. We're doing a Wednesday night class and a Thursday night class, a spiritual class. Let me tell you, last week when we went into class on Wednesday, I couldn't even get the computer to work. And I think something was going on with somebody else's computer in class. What was it? You guys help me remember. Yeah, and you saw extraterrestrials. Danny did. And Lee's mother's spirit confirmed it. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you the story in just a second. And that was you. Yeah. Do you remember in class we were having technical issues? Like there was some stuff happening in class. It was so powerful. And it was so powerful the next night in Thursday night's class. Spirit is showing up in these classes. Y'all, I can't even call them classes because they're so fun and so light and so airy and so spiritually. It's beautiful. I love these classes. We are going to be, unfortunately, coming to an end in our Wednesday night class, and we're going to be starting another Wednesday night class. So another 5 weeks in a Wednesday night class, and after that, I don't think we're going to do any more. I don't know. But anyway, I want to get to the topic that I was getting ready to tell y'all about. So here's the thing. Someone in the group had trouble with their internet. Yeah, there was a lot of things going on. It was just a lot of um I'm I'm getting a lot of people that I'm talking to that have twins or someone they're connected to that's either married to or living with or in some type of situationship with someone else, right? And come on, y'all know my opinion on this. Now, however, I want to clarify this. There was someone in here and we know her very well. I don't know if she's here anymore, but she was here and she'll know who I'm talking about because she's one of our coaches. But she was asking me a question about picnic she was going to and the twins wife was going to be there, so I was kind of like iffy on answering her question because I didn't know the story, because like I was telling you guys, Lee and I just don't sit around and say, well, so and so's dating we don't do that, unless we like ask one another, and you know what I mean. Yeah, unless that happens. Well, I did ask Lee about that, and it wasn't where my mind wanted to take it to. It wasn't. That man and his wife are married, and this girl and him have, I guess, been friends for a very long time. So, yeah, it's not a situationship or a thing where he's saying like, I'm going to leave my wife or I'm staying for the kids. Let me tell you, I think that people who get on camera with me are just afraid to say that I'm staying until my kids get older, or I'm just staying around for the kids, or he's staying around for the kids, or she's, because have you seen those cartoons where the top of your head pops open and it just like lava comes out? That's what happens to me. That's what happens to me when I hear, well, he's got to stay till his kids graduate, till his kids are older. He's staying for the kids. But he's sleeping on the couch. They haven't had a sexual relationship in years. They don't even get along, but he's staying in the house for financial reasons. I can't do it. And I cannot sit back and listen to you guys tell me this. I cannot not intervene and wonder where your head's at. I can't, because it's such bullshit. It's such bullshit that I hear it at least 5 times a week. And it could be 5 times in one day. It could be one time for 5 days. It's just a lot. And it happens so much. And I promise you, the universe is never going to send you anybody else's man or woman. They're not. They're not. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's not. It's happening a lot lately. And it makes me wonder about the collective self-worth. I mean, where are we in our worth that we are, number one, loving someone so unconditionally that we are allowing this type of behavior and not allowing the words to open us up or to wake us up and go, wait, whoa. For years, they're not choosing you. They're choosing someone else for years. But when the kid graduates, they're just going to, if you're going through this, please get a hold of me. Please get a hold of me. I need to help you get out of it. And I will. Because I can't allow you to do that. I can't. Hi, Sylvia. It ends up being so worse for the kids. Okay, now I'm conflicted because I love someone who physically passed 3 years ago, far more than the one I'm married to. Well, and that's okay. I mean, you can love somebody and be in love with somebody, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being in love with somebody. There's something wrong with acting on something that you shouldn't be acting on, period. And I'm not talking about religious things. I'm talking about worth. Are you worth more? Let me ask you this, Mama T. Was you and are you worth more than how he was treating you in the physical world? Were you and are you worth more than how he was treating you? How often he was coming around? What his first love was? And you know what his first love was, right? And it wasn't what you think it was. So why weren't you having coffee with him in the mornings? Why weren't you turning the bed down on his side at night? Why weren't these things happening, right? And why did you allow it to go on for so long, right? That's a big thing. Um, right, right. At the beginning, yes, but after that, no. Right. Um, Hi, happy Monday. Hi, Tyler. The one I'm connected to was married. We were friends and really wanted to make it work for his family, but eventually he left and took years for them to get divorced. So it's not always a lie. No, no, no. I never said it was. It wasn't always a lie. I mean, it's not always a lie. But I'm telling you, I'm telling you, why did it take years and years to get divorced? Why? Why did it take years to get divorced, right? Was it financial? Were they fighting over money? Because that would seem to be the reason that a divorce would take years. Like, I mean, did they just not act on a divorce for so long? Because Lee left his first wife when his son was 2, and they didn't get divorced until we needed to go get married. So, um, yeah, it was a long time, but they weren't cohabitating, living together type of stuff. So was your significant other or twin cohabitating with her until the divorce was final? Curious about that. Um, I've been making paintings about my connection instead of height. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're painting from your soul. He's going to see that. Feeling my twin's energy strongly at the moment. I have periods of going through this. Is there a reason for this? Yeah, he's feeling you. He's feeling you at the moment. So when you feel him like that, that's the stage where you go into it. You go into it. You stop what you're doing and you communicate with him. You you talk to him and then you listen to what he has to say. Um, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Um, I feel extra strong. Yeah, full moon every year. Oh, this one's closer, huh? I did not know that. Oddly enough, I was the one dragging my feet because of my kids. I didn't want them to have a step parent. Now, Mama T, we need to talk. You know, sometimes the universe brings people into your lives for a reason. Lee is Cameron's step parent, and he's a godsend. He's the best thing that ever happened to that little boy. But I honestly feel like it does more damage to the kids when there's a divorce if you don't allow them to see you happy, loved, with someone who shows them a better space than their parents when they were together, right? Because arguing and bickering and everything that comes with a divorce, right? So now, for instance, you're single and dating, you don't want them to have a step parent, so you're not going to allow them to enjoy the love and bliss of a union or a soulmate relationship or just a happy relationship for all that matters, right? I just think that we look at it so differently and we try to protect the kids, and in all reality it causes more damage. It causes more damage. um my twin is sitting on the fence with his feelings for me. We met at 15, now 65, just connected, yet I've been unavailable. Oh, 444. It was 744. I have tried this, but my monkey mind comes into play. I get it, Anne. I totally get it. I do. What was the best action in my situation? We ended up in no what the best action in my situation. We ended up in the no contact due to huge misunderstanding. I started it. We both refused to initiate. I found out he sent someone to keep tabs on me. When I confronted him about it, he didn't respond. I snooped and found out he's now in friend with benefits with Karmic, who's obsessed with him. He's still pretending to be single online, so I'm confused. Hi, Nikki. Um, um, he's still pretending to be single is a red flag. You know what I mean? Which means that he clearly isn't connected to her. And I'm telling you, the minute I realized I was connected to Lee, his name was all over me. Tattooed, social media, freaking um, up in neon lights, everywhere, right? This is Lee, this is Lee, this is who I'm connected to. I love him. I mean, we went from freaking single to it's complicated to in union and in what felt like 2.2 seconds. You feel proud of this connection. You feel accomplished that you found it. You feel blessed and you feel love and you feel bliss and you want to share it with everybody. And that's just fact. So when somebody's still hiding the fact that there was somebody, all it tells me is there's just absolutely no connection, no spiritual connection. I mean, they might have a little bit of a physical connection or whatever, but it's fleeting. It's fleeting. Have your kids told you they don't want a step parent? I noticed you said but I asked them what they feel and they want it could be freeing for you. Yeah. Yeah, her kids are much older now, so I understand that. But I yeah, I honestly agree with that. And I feel like we make decisions for our kids that we really should be giving them the responsibility of making them yourselves. How do you feel about me? If they're old enough, obviously. How do you feel about me dating? How do you feel about me finding happiness? How do you feel about me marrying someone else eventually? How do you feel before the dating even starts happening? But then if it starts happening, Cameron was 2. Cameron was 2 years old. I couldn't communicate with him. He was 2. Um, but I am so glad that I didn't deprive him of his relationship with Lee and his relationship with Lee's family and Lee's brother and his nephews and his cousins and all of those beautiful people that have embraced us as our family. And should I had kept them from that, I mean, he wouldn't have near the male influences in his life and Lee's wisdom. And man, you know, my mom remarried to my stepfather. My stepfather was very abusive. He abused me. He abused me sexually, he abused me physically, abused me emotionally, he abused me mentally, so many different things. Um, do I wish it would have never happened? Of course. Do I wish my mom would never have married him? Of course. However, I wouldn't have my sister. I wouldn't have my nieces. I wouldn't have my nephews. I wouldn't have had the amazing grandparents that I had growing up that were his parents, right? And who embraced me. So there were happy, good things that came out of that. I have a sister. I wasn't raised in squalor. Like we didn't live in filth. So yeah, there was some positive things about it. And it doesn't all work out that way. It doesn't all work out like our situation with Lee and Cameron and Ron and Mo and everybody. It doesn't always work out that way. But, I just am glad that I didn't deprive him of that because of selfish reasons. Hope that was okay. What do we got here? What's the number one sign right before union occurs? At least for you, what was the number one sign? Is the fact that we had hurt each other so much that we've been to court together over some of finances that I brought on us through trying to make things happen myself. I mean, just to the point where we were in separation, back together, in separation, back together. It was the pool, right? And then we got to the place where I knew inside of me that we could have a lunch or whatever, um, and we could just be friends, just chill. I know I was dating someone else, Lee was dating someone else. And I kind of really did honestly feel like I could have this friendship with him without anything else, right? So I don't know. I think we had passed a few emails back and forth, and we decided to just have lunch one day. So, unbeknownst to the guy I was seeing, unbeknownst to the woman he was seeing, again, we couldn't commit completely, fully, because we weren't connected to those people. So we did that, and once we were in each other's energy and we were being honest with each other, I was talking about my date, he was talking about his person that he was with. Um, and then we ended up back at the house, and things happened. Once that moment hit, and Lee looked at me and he just said, "I'll never be able to be with anybody else ever again." And and I and I knew the same thing. That's when it hit me. That's when it hit me that this isn't going anywhere. We can't do this without each other. I mean, we can, but why? Why would we? I mean, it's so much easier when you just figure it out and get it together. And it's not all together. We still work on things. We've been married going on what, 9 years, 10 years, something like that. We've been like we met in 2005. It's been a long time. So we figured a lot out, but there's a whole lot that we haven't figured out. There's a whole lot that we haven't figured out. Does he still bother me sometimes and bicker? Yeah, we still bicker sometimes. Yeah, he still leaves his shoes and socks on the floor, whatever it is, right? But it's the knowing, it's the all knowing that neither one of us are going anywhere. I mean, that's just what it is. We're in union, and that's it. That's it. Um, let's see. Hi Sherry, was there anything you and Lee did that helped keep faith? Oh wait a minute, energy saver. Oh no. Oh no. I can't be losing my internet. Okay. Okay. We're gonna do that. Let's see. I hope my computer don't die. It should be plugged in. I don't know what the problem is. My husband's a techie guy, so there's like cords everywhere, and it's so annoying. But it should be plugged in, so I don't know what's going on. Nevertheless, let's see. Was there anything you and Lee did that helped keep faith and stay connected when you were very sick? My twin is still in hospital dealing with TB. I I can be real honest and tell you that there was a lot of things going on neurologically with me, because my liver was so bad that it was putting ammonia in my brain. So I would be full of ammonia in my brain, super sick, and doing things like calling the police and telling them that Lee had me hostage, or that Lee wouldn't leave the house, or he was feeding me drugs and he controlled my drugs, and so much stuff. And he knew it was neurological. He knew it wasn't me. Lee could look at me and tell me when I was in my mind or if I was full of ammonia. And I hit him. He tells me that I was punching on him. I was calling him my stepdad's name and punching on him. Then he endured watching me throw up every day, not just blood, just throw up enormous amounts of blood and lay on the floor where it was cold. And he watched me so sick. One thing that I never saw in him, I saw a lot of defeat in him, but the next second I would look and it was gone. Like there was something in him that just said, no, no, we got to keep going. It was his faith in me that got me through most of it. It was his faith that I was fighting, that I was not just giving up. He would, um, we would touch heads and just look at each other in our third eye vision, um, close our eyes and just connect our foreheads a lot. He would snap and hey, look at me, look in my eyes, look at me, right? We got this. You're going to be fine. This is all going to work out. Just keep fighting. And there were days when I would look at him and he would feel defeated, and he would look at me and be like, I feel so helpless. There's nothing I can do. And I would look at him and say, it's going to be okay. Just keep fighting. We got this, right? I wear this bracelet every day that a friend of mine got me, and she lives in Kentucky, and her name is Stacy. And inside, it's just a simple bracelet. It doesn't have anything but, some little arrows on the outside. But inside, it says, you, what does it say? It does. I'm going to cuss because I'm just reading. So it says, you fucking got this inside this bracelet. You fucking got this. Wear it all the time. I know what it says inside, right? And I look down at it all the time. It was the third eye communication. That was the answer to that. So real twins would never deny the connection or be in denial about it. That's not true. It's harder. But eventually they're not. But eventually you just can't. You just can't hide it. You can't hide it. Eventually you just can't. It's just so strong. Why would you? Why would you want to? How could you? I don't know how you could. I couldn't. I still want to shout it from the rooftops. Still. If you're wanting to keep that under wraps and a secret and not tell everybody and not, or just be open and free, then you're still in bondage from something. What's keeping you in bondage? What's keeping you not being free? I talk to a lot of people who are homosexual and won't come out of the closet or talk to people or tell people about, them, their true, honest self. I don't understand because I don't relate, but I understand that there's a bondage there. There's a fear of judgment and there's a fear of abandonment and there's so many fears, but that fear, when you finally are free of that bondage, the freedom outweighs the judgment. And if anybody who loves you and loves you unconditionally, no matter what, they could very well tell you that you're batshit crazy for thinking that you are spiritually connected to somebody else, or you guys talk telepathically, or you can hear each other, you can feel each other, you can taste what each other's eating, but that's fine as long as you're in love. Whatever. I don't know. Once I felt free in this connection, the freedom is just overwhelmingly beautiful. There's no other way around it. It's being in union and being free and open and out and saying, this is my twin flame. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I would never be able to keep it under wraps. I've seen union and words like it in songs and posts. Her name is everywhere already. It's like she's oblivious. Kay Diz, you're just getting signs. I'm telling you, and it happens still today. Synchronicity signs. Just the other day, we were traveling. No, not the other day. We're traveling back from Danny and Brooke's wedding, and Patterson Avenue, and then there was Lee Road or Lee Drive. I mean, I get it. It just happens. It happens a lot. The number one sign for union is when you say, fuck it all, I'm doing me and whatever, and then walk away from it all. Shit pops off real quick after that. Oh, it does. It sure does. Danny's got that right. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. When you're able to just be like, here I am with my twin flame. Take it or leave it. Oh, you leave it? Peace. You'll take it, but you don't understand it? Cool. You'll take it unconditionally? I know you love me, right? Yeah. One of those three things, right? But that's them. That's not you. You're free. Free, free, free. I'm free. Like 4th of July free type of stuff, right? 4th of July free. As we call it in the States, let freedom ring. And I'm not so sure about the freedom over here, but still call it that. They still call it that. Let's see. For like 2 years, they tried, but he knew it wouldn't work. And then she asked him to leave, and he did. God provided an in-between place to live. Then he purchased his first home. So is he by himself now? Is he alone? Where's he at? One of the things my twin flame told me when we connected is that I'm his weakness, and fierce people will use me to get to. And it happens. It happens. Do you know how many people messaged me, emailed me, cussing me out, like calling me every name in the book because I was with their twin flame, that Lee was the one that they were connected to, and there is no doubt about it that they know. And everything Lee says to them in session just rings and resonates, and it's a lot. It's a lot. My biological family's pretty much gone. No, they're not dead. They're still there. They just don't, it's hard. It's hard when you're in union and you're happy and you're well and blessed and you're so in love. And it doesn't matter if he's cleaning out the car or doing a session or whatever. I mean, when he comes downstairs, we're still in love and we're still in bliss. And I can't say any more about how beautiful it is. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm free of, call me a twin flame. I don't care. It hurts. I don't care who it hurts. You can call me a twin flame. Don't hurt me. I'm free. Talk about have a sign right now. I'm working and I have to report, and I have a report in front of me. They live in a suburb in Sydney called Maryland, and the family are Arabic. My twin is Arabic, lives in Maryland. See, it's just a sign, and it's just a sign, and it just could be a sign that's saying, hey, you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. This is still in vision. This is still in vision, right? Still in your vision. What am I doing here? Hello, Summer. Oh, I miss you so much. We met Summer in Maryland. Speaking of Maryland, we met Summer in Maryland, and it was great. And her energy is amazing. She's a heck of an artist. I'm telling you, I love you. Manifesting 101. Danny. Get it, Danny. We stopped figuring stuff out. He wants it this way. He doesn't believe in us anymore, and it's okay. It is what it is. You just have to let him do what he's doing, girl. Do you. That's the most important. If you don't, that's a problem. You've got to do you. Girl, he was supposed to schedule our sessions, but he forgot. Can you remind him? Girl, yeah, I will. I'll remind him. I'll remind him today when he comes down. You know what? If I don't write it down, I'm not going to remember. Give me 1 minute. Now I remember. Have any advice for two females? The stud isn't comfortable in her feminine energy, and I want to embrace my masculine and do what she does to me. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Um, but what I'm just wondering why she isn't comfortable in her feminine energy. I mean, I get it, you know. Um, I get it. On a normal day, there's a masculine and a feminine in both of us, and a lot of I'm definitely in my masculine energy a lot. Lee's in his feminine energy a lot. Not gonna lie, that's how that normally does. Um, you know, getting her comfortable with her feminine energy is super important because you really should be in touch with both sides of that, whether you're gay or not, right? I'm not gay and I'm totally in touch with my feminine side. I try to be. There's times when I lose it, right? Um, however, in bed, I in the sexual realm, I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty more connected to my feminine side. Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting, and I'm going to do a little bit of research on that because I like to talk to my gay cousin too because she gives me all the answers. She's great. Um, yeah, I'm curious why she's struggling with connecting to her feminine energy, and could it be abuse related and things like that. But you know, especially when it comes to two females, you know, I sex has got to be more fun when you're gay. I think it's got to be. I don't know. I ask my cousin all the time, and she says it's not. It's not one way or the other. More fun or less fun. I don't know. Um, I just think that there's so many more options where you can be in your feminine and your masculine, and vice versa. You know what? I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna do some research about this. I'm curious. I'm curious too. I really am. Um, I mean, you know, she can be the stud all she wants, but isn't it nice to sometimes just be manhandled? I mean, that's I shouldn't say that. Not manhandled in a bad way. Not necessary. Could be woman handled. Woman handled. I just say woman handler. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. But I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. I hope you come back next week because I just might have an answer for you. So I'm gonna talk to my cousin and I'm gonna do some reading. She'll tell me everything. She will. Do you believe in others? Wait a minute, I don't want to forget. He knows we are connected, but he wants someone else. Okay, well, then you let him know until he chooses you, you choose you. That's important. That's important. Sherry, do you believe in others manifesting or putting a spell on your twin to separate you? These YouTube psychic readings can be wild sometimes. I personally do not. I, I talk to spirit. I talk to spirit all the time, right? Um, I personally do not. Now I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who would disagree with me. I personally do not feel unless you are receptive to it, understand it, know what's happening. There's been something in my mouth for like 10 minutes. And like it's like a you know when you get a piece of a popcorn hull, like the little skin that the kernel's in, and it pops and you get that little it feels like that, but I haven't had popcorn, so it's not there. I don't know what it is. Oh. Um. So anyway, um, where was I? So I don't believe in nobody can put. I know this for a fact. Nobody can put a spell on me. There can't be any spells on Sherry because Sherry rebukes those. Sherry rebukes those spells. I don't accept them. I don't want them. I don't need them. And I just don't accept them in my energy. People can try. You can try. If you give it 1 ounce of thought, your mind will trick you to believe it. The very same way the mind tricked those people into drinking that Kool-Aid, right? Now I wasn't there, but I'm telling you, your mind is so powerful, right? That if you start buying into these things, then they will. Let me rephrase that. If you start buying into these things, then you'll start believing that they're happening to you, and you're going to start blaming everything on black magic. And you're never going to get to the root of anything that's real, why things are happening. And when somebody tells me that they've put a spell on me, I just shake it off like a duck and walk off. I know better. I know I can't be infiltrated like that. My spirit, my energy is mine. And the only person who has the permission to be in any of it at any time they want is Lee. My own kids don't have that. You know what I mean? Look, if I'm in an energy and I can't do that right now or be with you in that space right now, Lee can always walk into that. It just is. I just don't. It's like it's very much like saying, if I walk across the street, I could get hit by a car. If I walk across the street, I could get hit by a car. If I walk across the street, I could get hit by a car. And you take your time walking across the street, you get hit by a car. I knew I was going to get hit by a car. I shouldn't have walked across the street. Well, I walk across the street all the time, and I never get hit by a car because I'm never going to say I'm not going to get hit by a car. I don't believe that anybody can put a spell on me. Not going to let it happen. Just won't happen. I've got to plug in this computer. It's going to die on y'all. I don't want it to happen. Why is it dying? Am I not plugged in? It's not plugged in. Oh, no. I've really unplugged it. All right, we're going to fix this. I don't want it to die. Oh, no. Y'all, my husband and his electronics. I'm going to get this. I got it. I'm going to plug it in and resume. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. Oh, you see this speaker behind me? It's my husband's mess. Put surround sound in a room that we barely watch TV here. Okay, I'm just bitching. I'm just bitching for no reason. I just gotta plug you in. Just be still. All right, there we are. We have power. I did it all by myself too. Let's see. Can others do this to twin flames? Can they manifest them or manipulate them spiritually to be with them? No. Milano, I don't believe in that. No, I don't think so. No to spells. Unless you believe in them, then you're empowering it. Thank you, Danny. I love how Sherry answers it and then reads my answer and they match. It's called connection and spirit. The answers are from pure love. It is so true. In my opinion, that's something magical about being queer. You get to feel and explore the masculine and the feminine poles so much more when it comes to fun time. Yeah, I thought that, Tyler, and I talk to my cousin about that all the time. I guess I want to say, like, Lee and I are clearly in a monogamous relationship and we're heterosexual. However, I talk to my cousin all the time and wonder, why don't I pick up a more masculine role when it comes to fun time? And why don't he pick up a more feminine role? Then I realize he does pick up a more feminine role sometimes. It's just me that won't go into my masculine role. And I figured out why, so I've got to work on that so we can be able to do and explore in both masculine and feminine in the same way. And in some ways I envy you. I envy those who are out of the closet and gay, and they're able to explore their sexuality in such a ways that, sometimes in a monogamous marriage that it kind of gets boring. And of course, then there's manufacturers who come up with things to spice up your sex life when all that you need to spice up your sex life is right here. And hey, Gemma, I'm totally in session. Thank you. Or I'm totally in class. Can you just do something? Thank you. Um, yeah. So I really want to circle back around to that next week. So I hope that person's here next week because it's an interesting topic and I'd like to talk more about it. Bam. It's like giving your power away. If you believe someone can separate you, it's tied to a root of trauma. It's all about consciousness. Agreed. Agreed. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. I just am not the type to be like, oh my God, that person put a spell on me. She said she was putting a spell on me. Because believe me, I've had it happen. I've had it happen. It's happened. They've tried to put spells on me, girls and boys. They've tried. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't be done. Can't be done. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Brooke. I love Brooke. Brooke is the sweetest thing. I'm telling you, she's the sweetest thing. But it's time for me to go. And I was look. This is the kind of stuff I run across. Who is calling me? I'll get that. I'll get that when I'm done. Kind of things I find in my home. I have a 14-year-old son, right? And I'm sitting here. I'm looking like, what is that? Why? It looks like a butterfly knife. And then it's a bottle opener. It's a bottle opener. A bottle open? That hurt. I'm not good at this. Okay. And I still have out the dog clippers because I clipped Gemma's nails the other day. I still haven't got to Craig's. Or Mike's, but there it is. Anyway, I probably need to get off here because I still got to run to the store. Do you and Lee feel that your children with other people are really your children from a twin flame soul perspective, or does it feel like a normal step? Nah, it feels I'll say this, his son feels like mine, without a doubt. My son feels like his, but my daughters are estranged. So they have a hard time with the connection. They have a hard time with me finding the connection. They have a hard time with me being unconditionally happy. And that's only because I've brought trauma to them as their mother at a young age and didn't know what I was doing. So now that I do, their trust is gone. Understand? So they just have to evolve and understand things a little bit more. Yeah, spells negatively coming as. Yeah. Get rid of them. Swat it away. Sherry, what are your methods for clearing and cleansing your energy? The bottle opener. There this is again. Haha, I got it. I don't know what it was, but I got a seed of some sort. Nevertheless, I tell you, there's a bunch of things. Like I said earlier, I keep sage all around the house. I'm constantly picking it up. I'm constantly, I'm forever saging this house. I even sage the back porch, the front porch. I do that every morning. If I can't get to it particularly that morning, I'll do it at night. And then do it again the next morning. I use a lot of selenite. I have selenite all around the house. I also have, the name of it is escaping me. The black, the black tourmaline. I keep tourmaline in different places in the house. I do a lot of clearing with Palo Santo, some mixes that I make up. I do throw some marijuana in there. By the way, marijuana is extremely cleansing. It's very cleansing. It's cleansing like sage is. It just cleanses the energy. It's amazing. My house stays full of that. But I do a lot of different things. I do a lot of meditations, clearing meditations, cleansing meditations. I do a water meditation that will cleanse me. So many different things depending on what's going on in my life. And we talk a lot about that in the spiritual class we have on Wednesdays and on Thursdays. If you're interested in joining those spiritual classes, they are so fun. If you're in here, if you're in the class, just let everybody know what kind of fun we're having. It's fun, but it's deep. It's spiritual. There's crying. There's people's loved ones showing up. There's people's friends are showing up. Their spirits who have passed are showing up. They're standing with them. They're being with them. They're putting their hands on them. They're giving me messages to give them. I read from 2 decks of cards every single class, and everybody gets a card reading at the end of every single class. We're giving messages to one another. There's spirits coming through people in the class and giving messages to people in the class. It is beautiful. So we're starting another class. So we need 5. If you're wanting to start that class, we're starting it as soon as this other classes, our Wednesday night class is over. I think we've got one more. We're going to wrap it up and then start another one next week, if I'm right about that. And we're doing a Wednesday night class we just started. So this new class will be on, I'm sorry, Thursdays. So this new class will be on Wednesdays. If you're interested in these reading classes, send us an email. If you want sessions with Lee and I together, we're doing 3 for $5.55. Sessions with Lee and I together, 3 sessions, $5.55. And we will get your 3 sessions together, kind of focus on one thing. Or focus on what you want to focus on. We'll get you some answers there. I'm doing a really cool special where we are doing 3 sessions with me. I'm real practical. So I'm going to get to the practical side of it and give you the tools that you need, really. After you get the mind, I want to say the F word so bad, the mind screwing that Lee will give you with his depth, right, and awakening. But you get 3 sessions with me. We're going to discuss what you want to work on, what you need real help with, what you need practical help with, even if it's a spiritual side, right? But you get 3 sessions with me and then a session with Lee and I together. And then another 3 sessions with me and the last sessions with Lee and I together. So 8 sessions, 6 with me, only me, and 2 with me and Lee together, which is super cool. I'm running that. I'm also still doing sexual abuse root camps. I'm doing twin flame root camps. So if you're struggling with that twin connection and you can't quite get it together, I can give you practical tools. I can give you the things that you're going to need to move, to get out of the chasing, the running, to get out of the standing still, to get out of all this. If you need movement, get a hold of me. We'll get you movement. I'll get you movement. Let's see. Yeah, tourmaline. Take a shower every morning and every night, cleansing to start the day and to close the day. I take a nice bath. I love it. Can vouch for the class because it was already a doozy. It was. Oh my gosh, it was. Every time some class or healing event comes up I want to go to, I will have months of financial problems before I find out about them. Been going on for years with me. You know what? Switch that energy. Manifest that. We need a vlog channel. Want more of you guys. Give us behind the scene with Twin Flame Life. Girl, I really could. And it is a hoot. Let me tell you. Summer, you're a blessing. How do you join the classes? Just shoot us an email. Let's see, Tyler's in the new Wednesday night class, and we've only had one class in that, or Thursday night class. We've only had one class, and it was already so powerful, so crazy. It's funny that the Wednesday night class too, I'm pulling 2 cards. There are people in there who have gotten the same cards every week. It's that message. It's been so powerful. I love them. If that's all I could do, that's all I would do. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. I know Lee does too. But if you're wanting in any of those classes, just shoot us an email and let us know. This new Wednesday night class is going to fill up really, really fast. So it's probably going to fill up tonight because that's how it's done. Every time I've done a Monday Night Live and I've talked about a new class, it filled up that night because there are people in here in the classes and it's just insane. Spirit's just moving in these classes. There's no other way to describe it. So I would say They're $5.55. You get 5 classes for $5.55. I hope that's right. Is that right? I hope that's right. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. 5 5 classes. And you're going to get a reading. You're going to get a reading from somebody who's going to step forward for you. It's happened. It's happened in the in both classes. I know I know I know I want to say Tyler Moore's tube. I just want to say Tyler. I know that he had family step forward. Um, first class, and they're not done. So if you're interested in joining those classes, email us. Sexual Abuse Root Camp, Twin Flame Root Camp with Sherry. Lee's also doing them as well. Lee's doing root camps as well. I'm doing specific Twin Flame root camps. We're going to find out what all the issues are, what the root is of the issues that you can't seem to get it together and get it into union, right? So many things. So if you're interested in any of that, what's Sharon have to say? I love it. The classes are awesome. I'm so glad I listened to Spirit, participated. Amazing messages from Spirit. Yeah, I have to agree with that. It's absolutely mind blowing. And so are the classes with 3 of me, 1 with us together, 3 of me, 1 with us together, because I'm listening, I'm connecting Spirit to those 2. And we got twins coming in union. We do, all over the place. And it's coming up on your turn. So let's get it together. Thanks for watching me, guys. I'll be back on Monday night and to answer your questions. And if you want any information on any of those classes I just said, email now. Relationship Reinvent. RelationshipReinvent. Relationship Reinvent at Gmail. Relationship Reinvent at Gmail. Yes. There it is. There it is. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And get you some. Get you some.